What's up, YouTube? Grips here, bringing you Free Money Friday. Hands down, the best day of the week. The close second would probably be Ship It Sundays. Yeah, probably Ship It Sundays, but Free Money Friday's gotta top the list above them all. If you can't figure out why it's called Free Money Friday, well, it's because 80% of the people I'm playing poker with right now are probably loaded, and I'm not. So I don't know if you ever played poker against a drunk person before. It's a little easier than playing against a sober one. So I got 6 tables, of which I'm on 5, and I've got like 30 that I'm scoping out. So I'll bring in the ones that I think look the most profitable for this video, and we're gonna keep it to 6 tables because 12 was way too many, and 4 was a tad bit slow for me. So I don't know if these numbers are popping up on the tables. There are a bunch of numbers because I'm using Hold a Manager 2. And if there's some weird numbers floating around, that's Hold a Manager 2. If there's nothing floating around, then don't worry about it. So yeah, name of the game today is 50 cent a dollar at the OnGame Network. Most of you probably will have never seen this software before, but it's one of my personal favorites. I think it's pretty smooth, pretty fast, lets you play a lot of tables if that's your thing, and the competition is terrible. Anyway, this game's starting to get real short-handed, so we'll just bring in a full one to replace it once we're done with it. Reinhardt. Based on the HUD, it looks like this guy's playing loose, so I'm not going to try to set mine on him. Had someone else called ahead, that would have become a very profitable spot for set mining, or were the guy a total nit, that would have been a very profitable spot for set mining as well. Now, I do apologize if you hear a lot of beeping and warning sounds coming in the background. I came over to my buddy's place for a poker party tonight because it just seemed like a good thing to do with all the drunk people on. So got a few people here playing some online poker. Doing all right. Yeah, bro. How you doing? You winning? No. All right. Well, my buddy's losing, but I think when we check in with him at the end of the video, things will have changed. And even good players are going to have some losing days. That's just the way the game works. You can't win every single session. But yeah, you know what? This heads-up display is just real bad. I think it's probably just distracting for you guys. I'm just gonna get rid of it. This just looks so much better. So much better. All right, pocket aces. Everybody knows what to do here. Pop it up. If you don't know how big you should make your re-raise, just click the old pot button and then add a little bit more. When he puts in the 4th bet, I don't think he's folding, so I'm just gonna go all in. If I do something like re-raise small, it might look suspicious, and he would have put me on aces, but I guess he was just bluffing. Bro, even at 50 cent a dollar, they're busting out the 4-bet bluff. Can you believe this shit? Whatever, he wants to give me 20 bigs and then just fold his hand. That's cool. No showdown. $50 a dollar on gold. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say about this software. for those of you who have seen it, you've probably seen it looking a little bit more like this. Oh, I can't change that. Damn, I was going for an effect and it didn't work. Something. What the? Ah, that's where I went wrong. Yeah, something a little bit more like that. This is what most people think OnGame looks like. It looks real bad. But yeah, for those of you who think that that looks like shit, all you have to do is go in your settings, turn off the avatars, boom. It's a whole lot better. Still don't like it? Hit your settings, turn on your 4-color deck, boom. Now it looks like some real online poker, easy on the eyes, good on the action. Alright, this table here doesn't seem to have any terrible players on it, so bring in a new one. What we're looking for, of course, is people with awkward stack sizes, people with real donk-looking names, or really big average pot sizes and flop percentages in the lobby. If he bets real heavy on the river or someone else opts to raise it up here, I will definitely just fold my straight. Because A, they could have a flush, and B, I'm probably only playing to win half the pot. And the other thing is, it's not just the $15 I have to call right now, it's the bet that I'm going to be facing on the river. So due to the implied future threat that's coming, I can't really continue with this hand. Try to flop set with these sixes. 3, 4, 4, 8, 6, 9 might be fish. Miss and pass. Trying to scout out where all the fish are at, but without a HUD to show me their stats, it's a little bit tougher than usual. If I was on my computer at home instead of at my buddy's place, I'd have an easier time finding them. So maybe next time I make a video at home, I'll show you guys how to really find that free money that's floating around out there in cyberspace. He needed 3 bets. It's interesting. Well, when this guy let out on the flop like that, I didn't really think he was going to have much of a hand, but I felt that if I had a real hand like a set or a flush, I would probably wait till the turn to raise. So rather than raising the flop and not really selling a credible story, I waited till the turn to make my play. Now he checked, so that further suggests that he doesn't have much, and I should be able to take this pot down with this bet. Boom. Easy game. There's a fishy looking player. The game 0-0-0. You think good player or bad player? Probably a bad player. I don't know. The bonus coverage here with Ace King. Didn't re-raise the upfront player because it looks kind of strong and makes him fold out a lot of the hands that we have in bad shape while only continuing with the hands that are in good shape against us. And also it makes it difficult for people to just squeeze us anytime that we flat a raise. So that's why I like to call there. And I'll put the turn for value in case he has a worse ace, or if he has a straight draw that I would like to charge. Then on the river, should I go for the thin value bet? I don't know. I guess we'll go for the thin value bet, try to get paid by the queen. Hope he didn't have ace jack. And he had ace queen. If we re-raise before the flop, he probably wouldn't fold, but some players would. So, but whatever. By flatting there, we allowed ourselves to pick up a lot of value. But it's important to squeeze in that bet on the end and not just be a bitch and just go for the free showdown. Because if you're not getting that value and someone else is, they're going to be the ones making the money over the long run, and you're going to be the one falling behind. So anytime you think you have a value bet, you should probably try to go for it. Whoops. The go-win bankroll is in play. We are currently experiencing BOT, which is a concept that was invented by my degenerate friend in Vegas. When you are BOT, that means that you have your bankroll on the table. And generally speaking, you don't ever want to be BOT. We're only BOT because I'm sitting on a bunch of other games on the side, so I'll just leave them and reload these stacks because we never want to be sitting with less than the 100 big blind buy-in. Just sitting on all these other games because the only way to get data on your opponents is to be in the game. So I'm trying to sit in and find those real big donators so that this video can be a lot more funny for you and a lot more profitable for me. I'm going to go on a hunch that Bonafide 705 is going to be worse than Wilson 1983. It's also got more money, so I think these are the 6 games I'm going to want. I'm gonna check here with the ace-10. This RM Nixon guy, he plays real weird, but anytime he limps, he doesn't fold. And it's not like he's limping garbage hands. He limps in like ace-8 suited through ace-jack off, and then like all the pairs. So I think I'd rather just keep the pot small and get some more info about his hand before I start building a big pot out of position. Let me take that one down. Gotta stack fish on Friday. Everybody's looking for the money, money. Friday, Friday, stacking fish on Friday. Everybody's trying to build bankrolls for Sunday. But it's okay, you can save it up, man. We're just chilling here. It's a very laid back session going on right now. Showing the importance of trying to just relax and have fun while you're playing. Treat it like a game, not taking it too serious. It's just a game. Mr. Cock on table Vegele knows that it's just a game. Mr. Cock. Where do they come up with these names? Nice raise. That board's pretty wet. Oh, another good concept when picking tables and picking seats is to try to keep the aggressive players on your right and the weak players or the tight players on your left. When you have tight, predictable players on your left, it's a lot easier to predict what the action's going to be like after you make your play, whereas when you have aggressive, creative players on your left, it's hard to know what they're going to do. And they can do a much better job of putting you in a tough spot because they have position on you. And as anyone who's played poker for any amount of time knows, position is extremely important, and you don't want to be put to tough decisions when you are out of position. So, tighties on the right, loosies on the left. Nah, flip-flop. Tighties on the left, loosies on the right. It's too bad it's not the other way, because that'd be a lot easier to remember, but yeah, it's what it is. You also generally want to have the bad players on your right. The bad players are usually loose, though, so that goes with what I said before. But it's a lot easier to take money from a player when you have position on them. So in the case of a bad player, it's pretty obvious why you would want to have position on them and put them on the right of you. You can isolate them more. You can call their raises in position, have position. You can re-raise them more with first dibs without anyone re-raising them first if you have direct position. A lot of good benefits you can have to being in direct position relative to the weak players. Now, you guys should know from my other videos that when this guy donk bets, I would usually call. Because there are quite a lot of draws on this board, gut shots, up and down straight draws, flush draws, and my hand isn't quite a lock, so instead of letting him continue to barrel, I'm actually going to take control of this pot and determine the price. I'm going to hope he has that weak king at 20 bucks. The only gut shot that came in was Jack 9, so okay, I'm okay with that. Let's try isolating the weak player and see what happens. 3-betting light with the blocker. Flopping in that flush draw. King's a bad card because it makes it less likely I have a king, so if he has like a medium pocket pair or a 10, he's more likely to call again. And, well, if he had a draw, nothing really changed. But if he had a king, he's going to be even more confident that his hand's good, and there's no amount of betting I could do to make him fold any king at this point, so I'm just going to check and fold on that turn. Ooh, and we turned ourselves a nut brush. Just bet a little sucker bet. So cheap that he could never fold. I mean, based on my bet size, it should be somewhat obvious what I have, but at the same time, I just know that this guy's a bad player, so if he has a king, he's not going to be folding it. Especially for a cheap amount. Alright, well, he's probably trying to lead out to freeze me. He's doing what they call a block bet. Betting so that I'll just call with a lot of hands and only raise him if I have it. So he should be planning on folding if I raise, but I think because he's just a big ass fish, he's still probably planning on calling, even with whatever mediocre hand he's got here. We'll see if he respects his own game plan or if he just can't help himself because he feels pot committed. He's going into the tank. He calls. And Max, what a fish. He had pocket queens. I don't get it. Do you? Well, you know, the haters are going to say, well, man, you just got real lucky 3-betting a guy with a garbage hand like ace-5 suited and making a flush when he had queens. Well, yeah, all right. I put in $9 behind, and then I guess 12 on the flop. But then I got in about $80 with 100% equity, and that more than makes up for the speculative play pre-flop. So, if you want to hate, I already told you what I'm going to say, so whatever. Now that fish is gone, we are too. Let's bring in a new one. Gotta love that free money Friday. And the later into the evening it gets, the better the games are going to get. It should be pretty obvious. More people around the world coming back after the bar. Later it gets, the more time zones you got covered, or the more tired people are going to be that have been staying up all night. And for some reason, people think after drinking that they're the best poker player in the world, and that they can win all the money. And they do a real good job of dusting it off when they get back, and waking up the next morning wondering what happened. So whatever you do in poker, don't do that. Don't play when you're blacked out drunk. Because when you wake up wondering what happened, well, people will be there to tell you what happened, and you're going to feel pretty fucking stupid for doing that. So if you really want to show your skills when you're wasted, show them off on the play money games. Just don't tell your friends you're playing for play money. They'll be like, damn, this guy's playing like 10-20 no limit. This guy's killing it. If they're wasted too, they won't know you're playing for play money. Just keep it on the down low. Two pairs, no action. Got in a game with Mr. Cock. I'm feeling lucky. I'll call here. The guy's raising up front, so it's more likely he has a strong hand than if he raised from late position. And there's a super fish in the big blind. And usually when fish are in the blinds, they like to defend their blind. So there was a good chance that before this asshole here made it 12 bucks with the hand, it was going to go multi-way to the flop, which is what you're looking for with a pocket pair. But now I got squeezed, and my $3 is just, it's just gone. It's just gone. Paid $3 for nothing. That's the danger of calling with a pocket pair or a speculative hand when there's still a lot of action behind you. You don't know when you might just get forced out, get nothing for your investment. Here we're going to check raise. So I expect this guy to bet pretty much every time I check to him here, blind versus blind. But I also expect he will float me a fair bit, and with a medium strength hand with this many draws, getting floated really sucks. Because you don't know which cards hit him, and there are a lot of scary cards that you might have to slow down on. So that's why I went for the check raise there. I also charge his draws more and punish him more if he wants to float me. Now at this point, I think there's a good chance he has that heart draw. Or he has like a good jack. So I'm going to bet to charge the heart draws. And if he has a good jack, he might fold it at this point. But I don't know. Oh, I timed out, but I still won. And I 3-bet here as a semi-bluff because I had a blocker. That is the ace blocker, which makes it half as likely that he has pocket aces or a hand like ace, king, ace, queen. But once he puts in the 4th bet, my hand is complete garbage, and I'm just going to throw it away. And I flopped, oh my god. Oh my, you know what I flopped, bro? It starts with a top and ends with a sizzler. And the fish is saying, come on. He's saying, come on. All right, man, I check. Go ahead. Take the action. Come on, man. Top sizzler. What do you guys think? Slow play or check raise? We got to vote for slow play. We're going with the slow play. Check and call. Oh no, the flush draw got there. Well, you know what? I'm not folding. Got top stat. I'm not folding. Oh, he checks back. Should I stab now? The panel is distracted. I'm just gonna bet real small. Give him room to spaz out if he wants to. If he has nothing and he wants to turn his hand into a bluff or something, and he calls him out. He had ace high with no draw. So if we bet the flop, he would have folded, but by checking and calling, we made an extra 20 bucks. If we check raise the flop, he would have folded. Pretty much if we did anything else in the hand, we would have won less money. So we got lucky in flop top set, but then we extracted the maximum value. 20 big blinds when he was just like 4% equity on the flop. Pretty good spot. Sympathy gamble? Yeah, I'm going to give him action with the ace-5 suited just out of sympathy. Either I can send him on raging tilt because this one guy took all his money, or I'll get him back in a game and we can keep last round. What you got, bro? Oh, damn. He's got the Chinese aces. I'm going to need to hit a little white man ace on the river here. Oh, white man 8 works too. Well, I was going to call this video at 30 minutes, but I'm running so good I feel like...
Keep going, Brady.
I guess I just got to keep going until the luck runs out. On that whole never stopping tip. Is that folds? Overcard, flush draw. I'm just gonna check call down with this one. Play it all passive and shit. And if he checks back the turn, I'll bet the river and steal the pocket. Probably didn't have anything. But if he bets the turn again, I'm gonna call too. See what's up. And we got the flush. I think he doesn't have anything though. So I'm gonna check. Hope that he goes for a bluff on the end. Let's see. He had a 7, king 7 off, so he might have called, probably not, but betting might have been slightly superior to checking there. And given that I was going to bet when I missed, I should probably bet when I hit there too, just to be balanced. Alright, I'll try to steal the pot. If he has a king and he calls twice, good for him. Or he could just own me with that check rizzle. Nice hand, nice hand, nice hand, nice hand, nice hand. You got me. You got me. There's nothing going on. Alright, I'll raise the button to try to create some action. Not that there's anything wrong with raising the button with 5-6 offsuit. It is a perfectly legitimate play. When you have the button, you generally want to just jack it up. Connector, that's enough value. Suited, value. Pair, obviously. Ace. Ace is usually good enough to raise the button too. I mean, you got the button, you got position, you're guaranteed to have last call, last action throughout the hands. Pump it up. Suited, pump it up. Pump up the pot's ass, pump up the pot's ass. These queens, just gonna pop control. I'm not giving up, but I want to get some more information about my opponent's hands before I put money in the pot. I think Tinker is more likely to have the king than Grease, but really neither of them are that likely to have the king. Given that, if I bet the flop, they're just gonna fold anyway, and if they have a hand like pocket 6s or 8s, that might give me some action later if I just make it look like I don't have a king. Overall, the more profitable play is to just check back and then decide on later streets. Damn, some guy's stack just got flushed away. He had the all ace king and couldn't fold one pair. Wow, he got raised on the turn and overbet shoved on the river and he still couldn't fold one pair. Hashtag losing poker. Dwayne Wade, he runs pretty good. Never misses. Dwayne Wade. But he didn't even have a king anyway, so good value. These aces, I could slow play to get Mr. Cock in the pot, but I wouldn't really like to take aces multi-way when I can just get this guy to go all in as an 80-20 dog, no matter what he has. I really just kind of want to say Mr. Cock because I think it's funny that someone would make their name that. Mr. Cock. Yeah, it's a good thing about aces there actually. When you have the option of slow playing to try to invite more people in the pot, or just you know, re-raising and taking to a heads-up situation. For the most part with aces, you'd rather put yourself in the heads-up situation because while you're an 80-20 favorite with one player in the pot, once the second one gets in there, your equity drops to, you know, like 60 or like mid-60s, and then it goes down to like 50 or 40 when another player's in the pot. So this one, however, I'm going to slow play because there's no chance of the pot going multi-way, and I want to let this guy just try to blast me away. But yeah, you don't want to get greedy with aces and put yourself in a position where you might go like 4 ways to the flop, because if you got aces, you're probably planning on getting money in and not folding them. So if you're not willing to fold the aces, you should probably try to play less multi-way situations where you're going to be a much bigger favorite still off the best hand once all 5 cards are out. Once the pots get multi-way, as you should know, the value of one pair goes down, even if it's ace-king top pair, top kicker, or an overpair like aces or kings. So, you know, don't get greedy and try to stack like 4 people with aces just because you could like slow play and let them in. It's just, it's kind of silly.
How about the doctor?
Tell me about Dr. Slow Play? In which situations, though? They just don't, like, everyone knows about the slow play, but they don't know when to visit the doctor.
Next video.
Next video? Alright, yeah, you guys can look forward to meeting Dr. Slow Play next video. Maybe I'll do like a highlight reel or something of the best times to visit the doctor. What you laughing at, brah? What you do? What you do, man? Tell me what happened. Tell the whole world what you just did. How you just fucked some guy up real bad. No, it's too bad. You don't want anyone to know. Okay. Okay. You guys send me a message about that. I'll let you know what my buddy did, but he doesn't want too many people to know.
Too many.
What just happened? I don't think this guy's folding. I'm chunk folding. Yeah, definitely. Are you winning that?
Yeah.
See? This has been 20 minutes and the buddy's winning. And you were stuck, what, like 2,000, right?
No,
1,000? Okay. Let's see. Game of swings, game of waves. You can always come back from a bad start. Oh my God. Look at all those fishes. That's deep stack raising up front. Could put a whole world of hurt on him if I can hit a little sizzle here. Little sizzler? Little sizzler? No sizzle. Yeah, 2 overcards and a flush draw, 3-bet pot. Just get the money in, right? Okay. That's what's good about having friends nearby when you're playing. You know, when you aren't sure of what the best decision to make is, or the proper decision, you can always run it by your buddies first. And just call it doctor, phone a friend, get a second opinion. And then you know what? Even if you make the wrong decision, the best part is you can just blame it on your idiot friend and be like, dude, you're so fucking stupid. And you never have to, you know, take responsibility for your own mistakes when you have friends nearby and you're playing. But on the real, it's just good to, you know, before you do a crazy bluff, you can check with your buddy, like, do you think this is a good play? And if he's like, dude, hell's fucking no, then you just don't do it. So, you know, they can save you money and they can help you find spots to pick up money. Like, I was thinking maybe I would just call there with the ace-queen to, like, keep his range wide and shit. And they're just like, no, man, just take the pot. There's already enough money in the middle out there. Just take it down. Alright, we're going to go for 5 more minutes because It is Friday night, so I do have some things to do. But I'm really glad that you guys could share the fun and the joy that is Free Money Friday with me. Little tally. Grease. Just for funs. Alright, Grease. You can have it. Oh my goodness, I flopped another set. Must be nice. Must be nice. Game plan, hope this guy c-bets. Then smash table because he didn't. Lead out the turn and watch him fold like dominoes. Maybe he has like jacks or queens, or like an ace high gut shot or something. Either way, he probably doesn't have that strong a hand, so I'm just gonna bet real small. And yeah, he couldn't even call that. So that is an example of not getting your implied odds and why it's not okay to just call a raise because you have a pocket pair, because sometimes you don't get paid off to make up enough for all the times that you don't hit a set. So yeah, sometimes. Mr. Cock with the re-raise. Alright, Mr. Cock, let's see it flop. This guy bets full pot. He's probably got a jack. Mr. Cock slows down. That's what we were looking for. We're going to pot control check back so that we can show our hand down on the river and not worry about getting check raised on the turn. Jacks. You go for a thin value bet with ace 10 on ace, queen, jack, 3-6. The vote is no. We're going to check and hope he has queen, king. Ace 8. That's a close spot. There. Against him, we can call the re-raise with ace 10 suited because he's going to have hands like ace 8 suited. If he was the type of player who's only going to re-raise with hands like ace queen and ace king, now you probably want to just muck your ace 10 suited facing a re-raise. So we're just going to play the blinds out, and then we're going to call it a session. And actually, I'm just going to click through these hands. Probably not going to do too much analysis, so I'm going to leave you guys with some closing music. This has been Grips. Thanks for joining me today on Free Money Friday, and we'll see you for the next video.